Hey everybody, I'm Jeremy Eagan. I'm currently in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm an instructional designer during the day, but I'm an author at night. And while I have many works in progress that I'm excited about, today I want to share with you a reading from The Wrong Clearing, which is my debut novel from Alien Buddha Press, coming out this September 28th. So, what is The Wrong Clearing about? Well, it's kind of horror, it's kind of fantasy, it's kind of thriller. It's an occasionally dark, often supernatural, young adult, new adult story about impossible choices and binding consequences. It features an evil goddess that needs saving and a neurodivergent protagonist that has a big destiny. I'm going to read the end of chapter 1. And what you need to know going in, we've met Isaac and his new friends, including Josie, who he has a crush on. Now, she's invited all of her friends, including Isaac, on a 3-day camping trip. And he's been so overly excited about this social opportunity that is rare in his life that he actually offers a site that's personal to him, and that's his dad's old camping spot. So they're all going to meet up to carpool in the morning, and this is the night before. All right, here we go. I decided to clear my head with a walk around the neighborhood. The evening air hit me like opening the dryer mid-cycle, sudden and all-encompassing. The fading sunlight cast long shadows from the nearby cacti. Instead of helping, the silent walk made me stew. I thought about how being an outsider sucks, but I had to step up. There would be expectations because I picked the location. Maybe Jason could take over the rest. He was a leader. When I returned, the house was dark, and I checked for messages from the hospital. None. I packed my Jeep for the morning as I entered through the garage and flipped the light switch. I noticed a yellow sticky note from Mom on the kitchen table. The message was written in number 2 pencil. Call Grandpa. I had 2 left. Dad's dad and Mom's grandpa. We only ever heard from one. Her meaning was clear. Artie. Great-grandpa Artie. I dialed, and after a couple of rings, I was connected to his room at memory care. Hey, Grandpa. Isaac, I love when you call. What's good? What's good? Who taught you that? He gave a raspy, forced giggle, imitating Ernie from Sesame Street. He had been doing that bit since I was a little kid. I'm going camping up north this weekend with some friends from my new school. Where exactly? Dad and I's old spot, just south of Flagstaff. Silence. I waited. My breath grew deeper with each second. Stay away. His voice carried so much weight. I gripped the phone tighter, trying to piece together his words. Stay away from him, from my friends, from the forest. Heat prickled behind my eyes, frustration bubbling over. What was he even talking about? Keep yourself out of the northern forest. I know you love it and feel drawn to it. I do also, but that's why. You're what, 16 or 17 now? Right. I wish I could explain. From today onward, you can't go near her. And I'm not saying you can't camp or ski. Just pick somewhere else. Anywhere but there. Your father would agree, if possible. Now the silence was my own. It was unclear to me whether this was a moment of clarity or yet another anxious rant from a sick old man. Don't go near her? My great-grandpa rarely made sense these days, but that was pointed. Who was he referring to? Isaac? Yeah, Grandpa, I'm here. I don't get it. The whole Coconino National Forest? I go there every year. Nothing bad ever happens. Promise me, he said. his words strained. We said our goodbyes, but his words stayed with me like a lingering fog. Grandpa never sounded that way. Stern, almost afraid. The silence in the house felt alive, buzzing in my ears. Even the clatter of the cat's mischief couldn't break it. I shook off the unease and went through the motions of my bedtime routine, trying not to think about Grandpa's words. At the sink, I splashed cold water on my face and brushed my teeth. The familiar peppermint foam grounded me until it didn't. I'm waiting. The voice coiled around me, soft and layered like a melody sung just for me. It made my chest tighten, warm and cold, all at once. Loved, terrified, both feelings tangled, impossible to pull apart. My hand shook, and the one gripping my toothbrush rattled my teeth, setting me on edge. No one was behind me, just my reflection in the mirror, but it wasn't exactly mine. Its eyes glowed like dying embers, flickering faintly, alive with something I couldn't name. My breath hitched. I blinked, and the glow disappeared. But the reflection didn't relax. Its mouth curled into a smile I hadn't made. I smelled pine cones as the room noticeably cooled. The tile floor was practically biting my bare feet. Even so, sweat beating on my skin as my heart pounded loudly for the third time this week. Why didn't I tell anyone the first time? Same reason I'd keep it to myself again. Mom wouldn't understand me, and Grandpa might not even remember our conversation. God, I miss Dad. I ran water over a washcloth and wiped my face and neck, forcing myself to breathe. You're fine, I whispered, gripping the sink like it could hold me steady. That wasn't real. But my heart disagreed. Even outside the bathroom, I felt those glowing eyes watching. So that's the end of chapter 1. That's it for now. If you want to know what happens next to Isaac and his friends, pick up The Wrong Clearing September 28th on Amazon in paperback and or Kindle. Thank you.